after that. Like,
I know.
I can't stop the thread now. Okay. All right. Tell me about y'all's origin story. And if you want, you can like take turns answering, because I know everybody will probably have more input and stuff. So
these
maybe
guys were
Adam?
talking to me when I was I was living in LA, and he's like talking to me from across the way. You got to get over here and play some fucking music with me, because I think you were into the band that I was doing prior to me living out there. I came back here and we just started up.
Hell yeah.
Wait, no. Well, okay. The origin story is we started by...
we met each other at a bar.
Okay, you know the Halloween show that Pilot Light puts together every year?
Mm-hmm.
So we decided to cover Soft Cell, if you know Soft Cell.
Yeah.
And that was the start of working together. So
nice.
We had such a good time with it that we just kept going, and then yeah.
And then there's been a couple different iterations too. So like some people have come in, and then others have left, and like...
It was me, William, and our friend Josh Wilitsky, who now lives in San Francisco.
Yeah.
The best.
The best.
Great human.
That's how we got started. Then we asked our friend Cole to join. They were a fantastic drummer. I think they were living together at the time.
Yeah, so we had a drummer at the beginning,
Okay, cool.
And then the drum machine has always been kind of part of it.
Yeah. Nice. And then, Mike, you came into the picture.
Mm-hmm.
At what point?
Well, Josh, who they talked about, who was big love to Josh, and after he moved away, which is a big bummer, they asked at some point after a very fair mourning period, I would say, asked me if I would like to noodle around and play the release show, play one song. I played bass on one song for release shows, kind of an audition. And then they let me keep coming around, and they still keep letting me come around.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, come around. I still come around. Yeah. So that was my first show with them was September 2019. I think my first proper show, not that one, but a little bit later, September 2019.
Yeah. So how was the pandemic too? So you just came in at
sick.
September 2019. Like
fucking rad.
We loved it. It was great.
Yeah. I had a good time. I painted my house.
Yeah, it looks
So it
great.
was like
Turned my attic into a bedroom. It was awesome.
Okay, so like
but we actually
really
got a lot of work
happening.
done.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We kind of sequestered ourselves from other people and did some practicing, and I think we actually made a lot of leaps. In that period of not playing live shows but working.
Yeah.
At least I did, because I was fresh to the band, and I was like, I gotta
put my
rise
energy
up to
into
these
something.
guys and like not suck. So
Yeah.
I do remember it being a real bummer because we were like, at the time we were super well rehearsed. I think we had a slot at that year's Big Ears, and all that got canceled. So
super fun. Loved that. So what month then did you release the 2019 album? Which month was that? You're like, I don't fucking know.
Before I joined.
It was recorded long before 2019 as well.
Yeah, we
so
worked on it for a long time.
It took a while to
Nice. And you're currently working on a new album.
Yeah.
How's that going?
Great.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's taking a while.
It takes time.
Yeah, I'm like, great. That's it. That's all I need to know.
No, it takes
Great.
time. It's taking time, but we're plugging away.
when it
We've
makes
got
it to
some
the
shit.
surface, it's going to be good.
Yeah, of
Two of the
course.
songs we played tonight will be on that one.
Yeah,
And then the last one we did is on the first.
Yeah. Well, I love these new songs. I love them. I think
Thank
they're
you.
very interesting. And I'm sure that it's going to completely change once you actually like record it all. But live, I absolutely fucking love it.
Thank you.
First album is like...
It's all over the place. It's wild.
Well, yeah. And like, I feel like my face isn't going to describe how I actually felt about it, because listening to it, I'm like, what the fuck is this? And like, but like happily, I was like, I'm okay with not being sure what's happening. Where did you guys find inspiration for that? Like what, because I know it was a cumulative experience. Like it wasn't like...
We're all just lunatics. I don't know.
Is that what it is? We're all just like a touch of crazy.
I gotta so like a lot of it came from just like programming stuff on the drum machine. Like I would do that like before I would go to sleep. You know, just sit there in
Just
my bed
fiddle,
and do that. And that came, a lot of songs came out of that. And then I guess I gotta steal a line from the RZA.
Hell yeah.
there's an interview with the Wu-Tang Clan where
Oh hell yeah.
they're asking them like why is your sound like this, and he says it's like this is what we wished we were hearing, or like this is
I love that.
the kind of things that we wish we could, like, other people were making, but no one's making it, so we have to do it. So that's kind of the.
I love that. You guys should put that in your bio. That's cool as fuck. Yeah, because it's got so many different qualities to it. I was hearing David Bowie. I was hearing Molchat Doma. I was hearing all of these different weird ends of the spectrum. And
Bob
like
Seger.
Opera a
Bob
little
Seger
bit.
for
Like
sure.
what the fuck?
Opera for sure.
It was really cool. It was
Yeah.
really cool. I love it. I
Thanks.
can't wait to see what you guys put out next.
Awesome.
It'll be neat. Who's
No,
doing your production?
It's all
Us together.
Just all in house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's
And
all
then
the
where are you
first
guys
one.
recording too?
At my house.
Yeah.
Holy shit. So
Yeah.
everything in house.
Yeah.
It's important to have the creative control, and
Totally.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's the most frustrating part about producing something like this? Like any of your albums, really?
Schedules.
Schedules.
Yeah,
God,
that's
I mean,
where-
life
well,
is
very
life.
busy,
Human
yeah.
It
thing.
sucks. No, it sucks because
No, it's
shit's
true.
hard for real, and
Yeah.
Yeah. If some
everybody's hustling, and
Yeah.
we're all included in that.
Yeah.
Like trying
Yeah.
the grind, the not dying shit, and so time is tricky. But when we get together, it's just gold as hell. And
someone
it doesn't
threw us a-
matter.
sorry, but if someone threw us a pile of money and locked us in a fucking
Oh,
old,
yeah.
old Victorian
3 days
house,
later.
it's over.
Yeah,
It's
it's
done.
over.
Yeah,
A Victorian house.
Done.
You've
Yeah.
really thought about
we
this.
win.
Hell yeah.
He does.
It's the aesthetic.
Yeah.
Just blooms.
Yeah,
That's super neat.
but
Dang.
it happens very easily between us, is what I'm was saying. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a matter of getting the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, it's all good chemistry between the three of us, but he and I have had a long history of it
Yeah.
just clicks. It just
Yeah.
always
It's been
clicks.
about 10 years now.
That's not an
10,
easy
11 years,
thing
yeah.
either,
No.
too, to like be compatible when it comes to writing. So you guys help each other write, or is it like,
Yeah, I'll
do you come to Adam?
just-
I'll
and
start
say-
doing
just-
something, and
It's just
he'll
all
start
automatic
doing
most
something,
of the
Hell
time.
yeah.
vice
It's just,
versa. Yeah.
we're just
Hell
we
yeah.
don't plan anything out. Like he'll just pull up some bullshit and I'll just go off on it, and
He literally
Damn.
does pull-ups when we're working on a riff, and
Oh wait, you're not joking.
it's not filmed.
You're actually
It's not
serious.
filmed.
Oh,
He's just he likes putting up big numbers in his pec deck.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
fine.
And we do a lot of like voice memo recording, like
Yeah.
on our phones. It's like both of our libraries in that regard are
Yeah.
super stupid.
Yeah,
like,
to
on, like,
anybody
little
else, it would be
ideas.
just nonsense.
Yeah,
Like, the
yeah.
fuck is this? Yeah. Dang. Okay, so then, Adam, you're mostly doing lyrics, right?
yeah.
And pretty much exclusively lyrics, right?
Mhm.
Okay. And then you're mostly doing, like, the beats and all of
Synth
the,
stuff. Yeah.
movement. And then you come in with kind of the flourish at the end. Is that kind of what I'm gathering?
I mean, it depends on the song.
Yeah, for
some
sure.
of the newer songs, it
Starts with him on some of it.
Yeah.
I think I brought the riff to Funeral Rites in, and that
Yeah.
started that song. But like two things. One, when I joined the band, they let me make songs that they already had, kind of my own,
Yeah.
in the guitar part
I love
world,
that.
and some suggestions. But pretty for the most part, they've been like, just bring what you feel, and
Yeah.
we'll work it out. And
Yep.
they've allowed me to like take old songs and kind of put my own
Yeah.
what I got on it, and then bringing in shit. We've got a couple songs that I brought in and we're working on, and I'm really happy with. And I need the help to finish these things.
Yeah.
It's hard to finish a thing, and they've just welcomed me and let me and help me
Yeah.
see these things to fruition. So
I
that's
love
been-
that. It
that's
feels
been
like
really
it feels like a true collaboration effort.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
I'm
That's
never
super neat.
frustrated
that.
working with these guys. It
Yeah.
just feels like home when I'm.
yeah.
I love that.
I don't think I've ever written like a song like to completion. I don't think that's ever.
Me
happened.
neither.
I think it's
Yeah, me
really
neither.
difficult to
Yeah.
do that.
It
Like, I
really
think it's
is.
something that not a lot of people are aware of, but it takes a lot of fucking energy
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
create something and then to bring it to fruition. So, yeah, I commend you guys for knowing your strengths and knowing the weaknesses and like helping each other on that. Where do you guys feel like you pull most of your inspiration from? Like, who individually as artists? Because I know each of you are probably different. So, like, who do you find inspires you the most?
That's really tough.
That's so hard.
Is it? Well,
Well,
I know
I mean,
it probably goes through phases.
I mean, we can talk about Soft Cell again.
Yeah.
That Nonstop Erotic Cabaret is
Yeah.
Yeah.
a huge influence. I'm a big fan of the like the production on that is ridiculous. That's all David Ball, and then we're big fans of Yellow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yellow's a big
I'm
influence.
super into like all that late 70s, early 80s post punk shit. It's always been part of my life.
Yeah.
Waylon Jennings.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Hell yeah.
It's all over the place too. Like I
Yeah.
grew up on all kinds of shit, but like I guess like in guitar world, if I had to try to boil it down, there'd be like some band called the Besnard Lakes and a band called Clinic, and then there's so many things. That's really like I could name a lot. It's hard, and then I don't know. Then I try to not copy them. I guess.
Yeah.
It's
like try to
try
make
to
it
learn
your
it
own.
and set that shit down and make it my own. I guess.
Noi Button.
Roxy Music. Sorry, I gotta say Roxy
Button.
Music.
You're fine. I really appreciate. I'm a big fan of the band Ween, and I really appreciate they don't stick to any particular genre. They're very like free
which
in
is
that
very
way.
you.
So that's inspiring.
Yeah, I love that.
So, yeah.
That's
Coil.
awesome.
Coil.
You guys are naming so many bands I've literally never
Meister's
heard
Noi
of.
Button. I don't know.
Yeah.
The Bad Seeds are always in it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Swans. I
How do
don't
you
know.
find these people? Like, how are you able to like find all of these different inspirations?
Well, that was very difficult back in the 90s.
Yeah, I can
Back
fucking
when
imagine.
Us old fuckers
like,
were
here's a
growing up,
mixtape, bro.
Yeah. Go to the Music Land and hope the person you know there has good advice to give
yeah.
to a degree.
I think we all
Which
like.
is totally subjective, also. Like,
100%.
I mean, what's good to me is probably terrible to somebody else. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have that.
Yeah, for sure.
I remember having a lot of really good luck just typing shit into Napster.
Hell yeah.
That dates me a little bit, but I remember like typing
what
in
happened to them? Damn.
Metallica.
Yeah. Probably federal.
But I remember like typing in punk or whatever into the search field, and it brought up like the Germs and the Dead Kennedys and Black Flag. So I got like that early 80s hardcore. Like I was just very lucky to stumble upon that stuff. And then a lot of those bands are connected, and then they moved on to do different shit. So you kind of follow them a little bit.
Follow the trail.
Yeah.
Yep. Where have you guys been liking performing the most? Because I noticed that you tend to, it's kind of across the board. Like you'll do Pilot Light, but then you just played at Fly By Night recently.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also do like house shows.
Pilot Light, we have that
Yeah.
space wrangled. It always feels good there.
Pilot Light's home.
Sure.
What about it
for sure.
too? Like what about it appeals
Well,
to you?
like whoever's working sound knows
For sure.
us.
For
That's-
sure.
Yeah,
For starters.
that helps. It's I came up in theater, and there's a quality to that space that feels, to me, open in the way that a good theater space is open. People can take risks and people can learn shit, but learn it fucking fast.
Yeah.
But go out there and take swings and find their voice, and they're allowed to do it, and that shit's huge. I mean, I grew up in small town Iowa, and small spaces like that are, if you're lucky enough to find one at the right time at the right place, boy, there's really not a lot better, and that Pilot Light's one of those places.
Yeah. I love that.
Generally speaking.
I mean, so I know that I don't actually know where you're from, Adam. Are you from here?
Well, let's save that for another night.
Okay, that's okay. So we'll say that you're not from here, right?
No, I'm a long time Tennessee. Like my family moved down here when I was 10 from Pennsylvania.
Okay, nice.
Appalachian, Pennsylvania, Amish country. Yeah, I've been in Tennessee, like rural areas in Tennessee, and since I was 10. But
well, so as people who've kind of experienced other places,
I've moved in and out a couple of times.
and then like concentrated here. What have you found is something that Knoxville's music scene is lacking?
Not a damn thing.
Not a damn really no improvement. You're like it's great.
I'm proud of Knoxville's music. Yeah. Yeah,
what makes you most proud about it?
I don't know. I just think there's a magic here as far as music goes. But
there's a variety.
Visual arts in Knoxville, however, it's super lacking.
Yeah, because you're a multidisciplinary artist, so you do a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, but I like what happens here audibly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of musical variety, and even I've only been here about 10 years, but
which is a lot of time.
It is.
It's more than us. Yeah.
It just sort of happened.
Yeah.
But the variety in music, and even like it feels like it's springboarded since the pandemic. There is kind of a lot of good, unexpected, and I'm talking more in the experimental synth, whatever weirdness kind of stuff. There is a strong, kind of a large amount of people for our size, in my opinion, that are doing really good shit right now this town.
Hell yeah.
It's big for its britches in the best way, I think,
too,
right now.
They're onto something.
Yeah.
Oh, they are.
There's a lot
I've
of
heard
good
that
shit.
across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think they're onto?
No, I mean that fucking weird ass ball up there in the sky is doing something to us. I don't know. I don't know. How
I
to
feel like
answer
I found that they're very self-aware. This newer generation that's coming up is like stupid self-aware compared to my generation, and then the one above me. It's just like, y'all know how you're feeling at all times, and you are not afraid to say it. That shit is powerful.
Mm-hmm.
That's not something that I've seen really in my generation until now, and that's like with extensive therapy. Like, what the fuck?
I think also there's like the bands that come before the bands, like because I think my first trying to go to the Pilot Light, I don't even think I was old enough at the time, but like would go see bands there, and I was just enamored, and just would follow them around. There used to be more places to play that catered to like independent alternative music or like punk or metal or whatever. And that's lacking, I think.
That's what
amount
I've
of
noticed
places
That's
to play.
true.
As far as venues go, yes, definitely.
100%.
Those guys informed a lot of my choices, and then I wanted to start a band, and it was just like the dominoes kind of fall.
Like in recent years, there's been Poison Lawn, and before that there was like the Mercury, and I don't know. We're short on venues for sure when it comes to
That's true.
Well, it's not that we're short on venues. It's like venues that
host
cater
cool
to
music.
that.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
it is.
Americana
There it
and like
is.
like
it's
jam
like
and
they
stuff
stick
like that.
to what they know for the most part, which I can't fault them, but also like there are so many more options out there that are really, really cool.
Which brings about more house parties.
Truly,
shows,
and that's kind of why I was curious if you dug going to different venues as opposed to just sticking with Pilot Light or like sticking with the brick and mortars. Like there's something about.
I mean, home is home.
Yeah,
and that's what I would call home.
It's
but
funny.
Branching out has been great. We did a show. Yeah, like we said, we did a show 2 nights ago at the Fly By Night, and it was a super rad time.
It's fantastic. Yeah,
I'd play there every night. I'd like to.
Yeah, vibe was great. Sound is good in there. Like it just works.
Which is so interesting because I feel like they have a very specific demographic that goes there. And I wouldn't have expected them to like get you guys, and I love that they did. That makes me so happy and very proud. But also I think it's a testament to who you guys are. You are unanimously some of the kindest people I've met recently, and I think that shows in your art too. Like, very passionate about your music, and it's good fucking music, but also you just are really fucking good kids, like really good people. So
thank you.
Yeah. Is there any goal about like branching out and touring at any point?
$1 million.
Have we thought about it?
If I could just be doing that all the time, that's what I'd be doing.
Cool.
100%.
What's been the hardest part about that? About like trying to initiate that?
Scheduling.
Scheduling. God damn it. It's always the scheduling.
It's because, when you're not independently wealthy people, don't have parents that are loaded, you got to fucking not die.
You got to grind.
And it's literally, unfortunately, that language is accurate.
Yes.
But also a part of not dying is playing music with these fucking guys. Because if I wasn't, who knows?
Yeah.
And so we got to keep that going. So it's a balance, but we're pushing it forward, and we're gonna be popping some shit off real soon.
We got to get a van.
Oh, dude, totally. We got one recently, and we're like, oh, this is gonna be great. We can tour with it. No, it breaks down like every other week. Like, it's fine. We're learning a lot about cars.
I want a 1990 Chevy Astro van.
There you go.
That's
don't fall into the Sprinter pit.
No.
You don't
it's just gotta have, and I know we're in Appalachia, but I do want Rocky Mountains painted on the back windows. I don't know why, but it feels like the right move.
Feels like home.
I've been thinking about doing that shit recently. Painting
the touring aspect,
painting vans.
Well, you painted cars. Don't you have a car going around town right now that people should look out for?
At my disposal.
What's the car that people should look out for right now?
Oh, the River Witch.
The River Witch. There's a car that's painted on the hood. River Witch. Keep your eyes open. Adam.
You're a little witchy, Adam. You're a little
Boy,
witchy.
howdy.
No idea.
You got some. You got
know
some
me.
spooky energies there.
Don't boil me down.
You are a very complex being who is also sometimes witchy. Yeah.
That's actually putting it lightly. Yeah, he's very witchy.
Yeah, switch it around.
What cities would you guys like to travel to soon? Have you thought about that?
Sweet.
Milan,
You're like fucking anywhere. Just give me.
Milan.
Luxembourg City.
Well, so
Fucking Berlin.
we've been fortunate enough to travel a little bit. We've
Yeah.
got some dear friends in Nashville.
Nice.
Yeah, the
They operate
Mouthhole
a
in
house venue
Nashville
called
is a
the
great
Mouthhole.
venue.
Cool.
I've been fortunate enough to do some touring in the past, and so I've got friends, across at least the eastern coast. I'm a big fan of Columbus, Ohio,
Nice.
and
Cool.
then New York, Boston.
Yep.
They've all been good friends to us.
Yeah, I want to get to Southwest for sure.
And surprisingly, you go to places like that, and there's like 5 pilot lights.
Yeah.
And it's just
Yeah.
like, well, this is great.
Yeah. Just like the diviest dive bars. Is that what you mean?
But it's like the emphasis
community.
seems to be on the art.
Yeah.
And it's almost like a theater. Like it's almost more of a theater, like
I can see that.
a
I can see
a
that.
venue that like has a concession stand or whatever.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bar is not necessarily
Right.
like where you go to get fucked up. It's
No.
like,
It's just like a
Yeah.
supplementary thing. Like if you want to, but
right.
it's the
Yeah.
art that you're here for. I love that. That's super cool. What is everyone's favorite curse word?
Cocksucker. Yeah. Motherfucker is pretty good.
That's
So
a good.
good.
That's a good
That's
question.
a fair. I should have
I
thought
tend to
before I
ask
spoke.
people who are
You
in
know what?
groups, and plus I feel like you guys are.
Son of a bitch is pretty good.
I love that one. That's great.
I like rat farts.
But that's not the answer to the question.
Is it not?
Fuckhead.
Fuckhead.
You just
Fuckhead's
like that.
great.
That's just an aside.
We have to bleep out all.
I think
of this.
motherfucker.
We don't really have
I think
to. It's just fun.
I'm gonna stand on motherfucker.
Cool.
I heard
Love
one
that.
recently that I was just like blown away by, but shit wizard.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
the former
Yeah.
ATD at the Tennessee Theater taught me that one.
All right. Cool.
Dick comb is pretty good.
Oh no.
That's an
Yeah,
interesting. You guys
yeah.
are the most creative cursors
Yeah.
we've had. I think that is a testament to you people as well.
We should do a B-roll just us cursing.
yeah. Golly dog.
Great.
Like,
Just
here
get
are
it
all
in.
of the options.
Get some wild lines for you.
Dag
Just
nabbit.
pepper it in through the
Yeah.
songs.
Just in case somebody needs it in their conflicts in life. Like, just, you can
Yeah.
use it. Well, cool. Thank you guys so much for being here. We
Thank you for
really,
having
really
us.
Thanks for
appreciate
having
us.
y'all.
Yeah.
Beautiful humans. Thank you for everything.
It's been a blast.
No,
Thank you.
this has been
Yeah.
great. Thank
Of
you so
course,
much.
Good.